Previously on the Guardians of Fehal.
The party managed to get pulled away from their mission of heading to Ramsgate and found themselves involved in a mysterious incident surrounding a magical fairy well in the city of Queen's Rest. There, they encountered strange black mist creatures that gave them horrific visions. But after successfully defeating them, Nora purged the well of the dark presence lingering there, and the spring began to return to its normal color. Successfully making it to Ramsgate the next day after this detour, the party met up with their favorite merchant, Song Boxwood, and a few others that they would be escorting back to Aeon. During your watches, are you going to ask the boys about helping make this outfit? Because they probably would need to start working on like the buttons in the middle pretty soon.
I will ask them when Nora's not around or asleep.
Okay.
Probably when Nora's asleep and she knows Rowan's on his sentry thing, she'll probably wake his ass up. But whenever she can get Hans and Franz Josh alone, she'll ask about the belt thing.
Okay.
Sorry, Andrew, you're not really involved with the making of this.
Oh no!
I know what Josh or Andrew can do. He can work on the belt for Rowan, finding a belt for him. A leather belt.
You could certainly do that. Una, we'll say that for sure you can get Rowan in the middle of the night when you're on your watch alone, or with somebody else if you chose to ask him about this.
Well, she usually does her watch alone unless someone else says something, so she'll, on her watch, when everybody else is asleep and Rowan's in his meditative sentry thing, she'll, poke him slightly and see if he'll wake up.
You summoned me.
Hello, Una.
Hi. Do you want to do something secretive?
For who?
For your sister.
Yes. I would love to.
Have you ever made buttons before?
Like for clothes?
Yeah, like for clothes.
I don't think that I have.
Do you want to try to make 24 wood flowers? So
20,
flower buttons.
24
with
flower
little
buttons
holes?
with little holes in the centers.
Yeah. Whatever type of flower you think Nora would like. I need 24, and she can't know. It's a secret.
Oh, okay. Yes, I will try and make those for you. This is actually perfect because, and don't tell her that you know this either. Shortly after Mama and Papa will get to town, it's Nora's birthday. And she doesn't like celebrating her birthday or anything like that. So, this will be a fun secret.
So, the day your parents come, or 2 days after?
It should be the day after, assuming they get here on time.
So I was planning on giving to her this before your parents came, so that way she could be like, "Oh, look, it's nice to see you. I have this new dress just to see you." Should I wait? Would it be better as a birthday gift?
If you'd like to wait, you can. If you give it to her before, it could still be a birthday gift. I suppose that's up to you.
We'll see if I can get it done in time.
That sounds like a good idea.
I will explain kind of the dress that Una's envisioning and why she's playing with all of these dyes, probably still during her watch, because she's now in this mindset. And now that it's a birthday, she's probably even freaking out even more and just trying to make everything perfect. Because I honestly completely forgot that her birthday was coming up soon.
Sam has never said it.
Nope. So, good thing Rowan did, because Megan completely forgot.
Rowan wouldn't
So-
forget his sister's birthday.
No. Okay. Now I have to figure out a way to get Andrew involved now. Interesting.
You'll have to. Well, you guys always ride up in the front together, so you could find him sometime. You can do a watch with Hans and Franz. We'll say for expediency, Megan, that Una successfully relates what she's looking for with buttons for Rowan, and he's like, well, these are small and detailed, but I do have songs, fine detailing, carving, so maybe I can do it. So it's definitely set in motion, and otherwise the night the night passes, and you guys get on the road. Does someone the next day, same formation?
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Yuppers.
Una would maybe try to, like, over lunch, do, like, a scouting thing with Josh, Hans and Franz, to tell him about the kind of belt that she's wanting.
Yeah, when you guys break for lunch, you could go scout with him or whatever.
So, walkie. Hans and Franz, do you want to go on a little walk? Like, do a perimeter check with me, quick?
Sure. I mean, I'm not a tracker or anything, but I guess I can keep my eyes out.
Well, that's fine. You'll be fine. And kind of walk away from the group a little bit.
Yeah.
Hans and Franz got his shield ready and his sword and his scabbard.
He's just like patrol mode. And Una also sends Spriel or whatever to look, so Una doesn't have to. So I found out that the day after Nora's parents get here, it's her birthday.
What?
So I am planning on making her a dress. I was gonna do this because her parents were coming to town, and it's nice to just have something new when family comes around. And I asked Rowan to make these little flower buttons to put on the dress, and I was hoping you could make a chainmail that these buttons, or these wooden button ornaments, could hang from. So what I'm thinking is, if like a chainmail belt with chainmail loops that are kind of decorative around the band. So I was thinking just something to go around her waist that's like 6 inches thick and like super pretty, and then have like these decorative hanging loops, kind of like garland almost, around the bottom of it, and do like 2 or 3 layers of like garland. So it's gonna be super pretty, and it's gonna flare out around.
Are you
like, the
sure that
top of the
6
dress.
inches is just a little too big?
Maybe like 3 inches. Maybe
Yeah,
3
Una
inches.
doesn't.
And then
Una doesn't know what 6 inches is.
who's that? Maybe like 6
Yeah,
inches in total.
Yeah,
with
like three seems better.
so like a 3-inch band, and then like maybe like 3 or 4 inches of like the garlandy stuff that we can attach buttons to. I'm having Hans and Franz make 24 buttons, so there needs to be 24.
No, I'm Hans and Franz, and I'm not making any buttons.
I'm having
Probably can't
Rowan
make buttons.
make 24 flower buttons, so there needs to be 24 pieces of garland that we can attach the buttons to around the dress.
What is garland? Is that like garlic?
No,
You-
haven't
you-
you, like
well-
when you decorate like a house for like a holiday, how they like drape fabric in front of a window, or
No.
boughs of flowers.
Hans and Franz, give me a religion or a history check.
Yeehaw. Let's go history, because I already feel like he's not the smart on this. Ha! 3.
See your message, Steve, and it's noted. It was a 3.
Yep.
You're like, I don't know if I've ever encountered anything like this in my life before. This is so weird.
The
It's like
only thing you
basically-
hang on the house is like if you're trying to block the sun from coming in a window. I think those are called curtains.
Yeah, so like sometimes on the top of curtains they have like an extra piece of fabric that like loops on top of just for no reason.
Okay.
Una, at this point, like, Una's gonna go in the sand and, like, with a stick in her finger and kind of draw out what she's looking
Okay,
for.
so what would this garland be made out of? More metal?
Yeah, so like a delicate chain almost. Not as thick as like a normal chainmail, but like a nice delicate kind of
So
like
we
how
have a 3-inch
necklace chain.
band. That's the actual belt. And then on that belt is this garland that kind of goes all the way around.
Yes, and I need
Now, how
and
many
like layered of it. So I want like
overlapping garland?
yes,
bows?
so like kind of
Okay.
like layer each other. Yeah.
How many bows do we need? Do we need 24? Do we need 12? Do we need 4?
24.
Okay, so
24
one button
garland
per
rings.
one button per thing.
for garland. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually,
Do you know how big the circumference of the belt? I don't know
you should
how.
hug her and find out.
Well, that's certainly one way.
I
I
Now
mean,
kiss.
because you make armor. I guess don't you make armor? Like, so you should know like what I don't know what you need for as far as like measurements. I mean, I could go and hug her and be like, she's this big around, but if you do it, then you'll know exactly.
Yeah, I mean the armor that I make is either made to order or it's been for me and my brother, and it's kind of easy to know how big we are.
Well, you can find out how big she is by like hugging her, right? I mean, I don't know her measurements.
yes.
I'm planning on hugging her later to see her dress size, but
I mean, if you get that,
would
you
my
could probably.
hug work for you? Like, I guess
you just
like,
have to tell me how big that I don't. Give me like 28 inches or something like that. I don't know.
well, no, I'm gonna hug her, so I'll just come to you and like figure out where like my arms meet her waist. So like when I'll hug
You're
her,
gonna
around the
hug her
waist to
that
figure-
low? What are you picking
Well,
her up?
Maybe. I guess I could like.
She is
Swirl
like
her
6
around,
inches
but-
taller than you.
Yeah.
Nora's taller than Una. Like she's. What are you? 5'6"? Is Nora
5'6".
I'm
Yeah.
Nora
yeah.
is 6'6", and you guys know that she is very kind of like skinny and not like string beanie, but
Yeah,
she's
but very-
Willowy.
very willowy. Yes.
And Una's
Uh,
short and curvy. Like
Una,
Una's
give me-
5'3".
Una, give me a intelligence check.
Oh God, you guys, this is not something she's good at.
If only dress sizes were measured in hugs.
Right?
I want-
Propose a
Aren't
new
they?
measurement.
Women's dress sizes should be changed to hugs.
Oh
How
God,
many hugs are you?
that's a 3.
Nope. You have no idea. You're like, oh
We
my
are
God,
so
what do we do?"
smart, Megan.
That's why Una's gonna go for the hug. Like Una's like
Yep.
short enough where she's 3 inches shorter, so she'll go around the waist and then like probably like pat her shoulders and figure out where her shoulders lie
Oh my
via the
goodness.
pat, and then like figure it out that way.
This is great.
I mean, she can get
Wait,
it
hold
altered,
on.
it's fine.
Wait, Una, doesn't Nora have some belts already?
Probably.
Can you just get me one of those?
I'm not gonna steal it. Are you gonna steal it?
No, you're going to take it. This is for
Why
this
would
is
I
for the
take it?
surprise. Because you're much more sneaky than I am.
But she's pretty.
And I don't want to go through Nora's stuff. That's not.
I'm
Okay,
not
I'm
very sneaky. I'm
Just because you've been around Nora, you know what she wears and what she doesn't wear, and she has 2 separate clothing like options that she switches between. Majority of the time she is not wearing the belt. And it's usually she just has it like with her back, like in her bag
Yep.
or whatever. But most of the time she has her vest on, so she does not wear the belt when she has her vest on.
So
There you go.
Thank you.
I need to break into her bag,
No, you're not breaking
grab
into
the
anything.
belt, give it to you, and then put it back.
Right, yes. Because I just need to know how big it is.
I still like the hug.
I like the hug. Yeah, I'm all
I mean,
for the
this is
hug.
all up to you. If you think you can accurately give me measurement based on your hug, we'll go with
Well,
that.
can you
But
make it
otherwise,
adjustable just in case? I mean, what if she gets pregnant and then you have to like adjust it? Like then.
I mean, usually belts have multiple.
I don't think belts lead to
Spots.
pregnancy.
Usually belts have multiple, connections. So we could build it that way. Sure, that'd be totally fine.
Okay.
What if she?
Do you think there needs to be any sort of pattern, like in the belt?
Well, so I want to try to dye flowers into the dress. Could you try to make like a flower chainmail pattern?
Sure. Yeah. Do you have a particular shape?
Well, she always has those flowers that she kind of like describes the ones that she always seems to druid craft that change colors. They're like a
What are those, Sam?
petunia, right?
Lilies?
I don't remember.
They are miscellaneous
Picture.
flowers.
I will send you guys a picture of her favorite flower once I figure
Are they
it out
patience?
what it is.
Why
It's
do I want to say?
I just have to look it up.
Okay. But blah, blah. And those
I'm
are the
not-
same flowers Rowan is trying to make out of the wood.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, I can make the links instead of circles or hexagons be like a flower shape. That's
Yeah.
no
I think that would be
problem.
pretty.
Because I'll probably just use my divine creative powers. Great
We just
cosmic
Can't let
powers.
her know.
Itty bitty working space.
And-
we can't let her know. It's a surprise.
Sure.
So
Yeah, I
You
can
have to do this when she's not around.
I can do that.
And you can't tell
I
her.
can totally keep a secret.
Because if you don't keep the secret, I get to shoot you.
What are you talking about? Why would you
That's
shoot
the
me?
rule. If you
Are
break
you
the promise,
are
I
you
have to shoot
threatening me
you.
physically?
Well,
Una?
it'd be like your arm. Like it wouldn't be anything
No,
lethal.
are you
That's what
threatening
we
me
do.
physically? What do you mean that's
If
what
you
we
break
do?
a
We do not-
promise, you get shot
No,
or
you
stabbed.
no.
Would you prefer to get
Look
stabbed?
here, you island-dwelling backwoods, no law traditionist. No, I've heard
It's got me.
you do not shoot or stab people when they break a promise.
What do you do when they break a promise then?
You confront them about it, and
Yeah, but then what?
then they apologize.
And then you
Yeah, but
stab
then
them.
they'll most likely break the promise again. So how
Well,
do you?
then you gotta stop
And
making
then said not to
promises
break
with those kind of
promises.
people. Then you gotta stop
Yeah, that's
making
why you
promises.
shoot
with
them to encourage them
No.
not to break a promise.
No. Either people are dependable or they are not.
That's why you have to try to make them dependable if they're not.
No, you don't attack people when they're not dependable. You just stop relying on them.
I mean, that's one way, I guess.
How many times have you been shot?
Twice.
How many times have you been stabbed?
None?
Okay. So you've broken the promise 2 times.
Yep.
Now, what would have happened? What would you have done if someone else that you knew did what you did back in Fehal?
Well, I didn't break a promise, so I wouldn't have gotten shot.
So you giving up Ulin's hair for the scrying wasn't a broken promise? Because you made it certainly seem like that. So would
I
you like me to? Would you like me to
promise
stab
him
you
I
right
wouldn't
now?
share
I have a
his hair.
sword.
That's different. I didn't say I promise.
Oh, so then what was with your hesitation?
That's more of a self-moral thing.
Okay, so self-morals and promises aren't the same.
Correct.
Okay. So, what what is the ruling? What is more important, self-morals or promise?
Both?
That's
They're
a
both
little-
very important.
No,
You can't
but
just
what's
have one
more?
without the other.
Sure
Well,
you can.
If you promise to do something bad and it goes against your morals, then, I mean, that's why I got shot. But
So you promised to do something bad.
yeah, I really wanted to go to the island, and I told my dad I wouldn't, and I did, so I got shot.
I never pictured them being part of your culture, but I don't want to take away your agency to make decisions. But I'm also like, I feel like they would just shoot people. I feel like it would be
I
like
think this is
Una
like-
just 100% trolling Hans and Franz.
Okay,
Like,
I
it's not a thing. This is 100% not a thing. And now, like, he's like going in deeper. She's like, oh shit, I don't know what to do. She doesn't
Okay.
actually stab and shoot people for breaking promises.
So so okay, but you see, when you disobey your parents, they are allowed to punish you because they set the rules.
So it's only their promises you get shot for?
No, you don't get shot for promises.
Okay, at this point, Una can't help herself. She's busting out laughing, just laughing hysterically. I can't keep
What
it
is
in
so
anymore.
funny? What is so funny?
We don't actually shoot and stab people, Hans and Franz, for
Good.
breaking promises.
Good.
Una's
Fuck.
just laughing. She can't help it. She's just
Good
probably even
God.
on the ground. Would you really think people would shoot and stab each other for breaking promises?
Why? That's why I'm saying no. But I
Not
don't
that
know.
mean.
I don't know what to believe about you necessarily, because there's so many things you do that I do not understand. 'Cause I apologize about bringing up the thing with Ulin, but I felt that was, relevant. If you're talking about shooting and stabbing people, it's like, all right, let's get a piece of flesh out of you, huh?
I mean,
What are you guys talking about?
Yeah, you guys have been gone for so long, and Hans walks
Probably.
over and is like, "What the fuck?" You literally walk upon them, and they're arguing. But also, Una looks like she was laughing. Your brother looks irritated. They're not scouting at all.
You guys realize that we need to get back on the road. What's going on over here?
oh, we can get going.
Above table, I put Nora's favorite flowers in the general chat in case you wanted to see them, Megan. I just listed them for you.
Perfect.
They're yellow buttercups, pink bindweeds, and Irish wildflower dog violets.
Very
Dog violence.
Yeah, they're really
They're-
pretty.
Violets made of dogs.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I did it with Bubs a while ago. I just picked some of her extra fur, and I
Kind of
Yeah.
looks
I mean,
like
she
a
does have a lot
had
of
to
dog.
bleach them
shit.
first, though.
They remind me of Johnny
Basically, what you can get from Nora's like favorite flowers is she doesn't like the giant in your face flowers. She likes the super tiny ones that can all go together.
Yeah.
So
Um,
there you go.
Okay.
so yes, Hans and Franz, you see them arguing and
Yeah, what are you guys doing over here?
We are
I was-
talking about, what happens when you break a promise.
Yeah.
broke a
Do you
promise.
do the shooting thing too?
No, no one
What?
gets shot.
Wait,
She's
what?
lying. She's lying. She lied to me about her culture. If you break a promise, you get shot or stabbed. And then I was arguing with her.
Well, did she lie to you, or was she pulling
No,
you
she
leg?
totally lied to me.
I mean, I could see she was laughing when they came up.
She wanted me to make a promise, and she said if I break the promise, I get to stab or shoot you.
Which one?
And I'm like, no.
What's
What?
the promise that she wanted you to make?
I'm just supposed to keep a secret, that's all.
Well, did you promise to it?
No, I did not say
So
I
then tell
promised
me.
to keep the secret. Because she threatened to stab or
Well, then what's
shoot
the secret?
me. I can't tell you.
But you didn't promise.
Yeah, but still.
You guys. This
If
makes no
this
fucking
is-
sense.
This,
I don't
no.
care anymore. Now that I love
This is
you,
her. This is
let's
her.
go. You got to go.
Okay.
You guys.
What did Una do? all the chaos.
Is Una going to tell Hans and Franz why he's standing here or no? Get back on the
Hans and Franz turns and leaves. He's like, I don't fucking care what you guys are doing.
No, that Hans and Franz doesn't know about the birthday thing, and you want him to get a leather belt for Rowan.
Oh, I'll tell him later.
Okay, so you guys...
Josh's Hans and Franz to know, so.
Okay, so now you've got my brother frustrated with me. Thank you very much. Let's get back to the road, okay?
And Hans and Franz just kind of like stomps off in a huff.
Before Hans and Franz, Joshua's character, goes away too far, Una's actually going to reach out to his arm and say, thank you for what you did in the sewers. And I know that you and Ulan don't see eye to eye, but imagine if Hans and Franz strayed a little bit off the path and you wanted to pull him back, is kind of what I wanted to do. So thank you for maybe understanding. And then
I mean, if my brother strayed from the path, I'd probably have to beat some sense into him. He'd have a good old wrestle in the mud or something.
Shooting also.
Our relationship is different than I thought it was.
Well, you remember we had that little
I
brotherly
know.
fight in the rain.
I know.
Maybe I'd have to throw a couple more fists, but you know.
I didn't think we'd get into fisting this early, but okay.
Okay then.
Brother.
On that note,
Inappropriate.
I'm just happy it's not me for once tonight.
Oh
I've been
no.
good.
You're not off the hook.
I have been good tonight. I have been so good.
So you
Ladies and
say.
gentlemen, your entertainment for the evening.
Yes.
Hans and Franz and his awkward sexual references.
Honestly, I still think the part that got me was I was laughing, but then Steve's face of him just dying is what got me to laugh so hard. Like it he looked like he was about to
It was
cry.
actually kind of terrifying because it really remembered me of being at home.
Stabbing and shooting each other? Yep.
No, when I was like, you island dwelling backwoods.
Oh man, this got racist real quick.
I don't remember what followed island dwelling backwoods.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Backwoods, island hopping, surf jumping.
That reminds me, I completely forgot when Song and Hans and Franz were talking about crafting stuff, and Hans and Franz said, I don't use normal tools, I use something special. I wanted to say, the hammer is my penis.
Yes.
And I was like, I'm not gonna interrupt. I'm not gonna interrupt.
I also had that thought, and I told Josh about it when he was upstairs, and it was during him and Nora's conversation, which was adorable. He's like, I just get jealous I don't get to play with you more often. I'm like, there's...
Yeah, he said that, and I was like,
Oh, how are you gonna...
What word to pick?
How are you gonna play together? Oh, this is gonna be interesting.
He doesn't know!
Oh, no.
Going over Nora's head, she has no idea.
Okay, so after that, I don't even know what to call that interaction, but it was funny.
Civil discourse.
Yes, you guys make it to Bellwether, which is the third city. Hans and Franz, if you wanted to, there are some bookstores in this town because this is a little bit bigger of a population. It's an actual town, so you probably could find a bookstore and maybe find a book of fairy tales or something. I'll try to come up with something in more detail for you out of game, but yeah, otherwise, like, there's socializing, there's other stuff. There's basically not really much that happens there. You guys watch the carts. Not too much goes on. And basically, for the sake of expediency, the night passes, unless there's something you guys specifically wanted to do. The next day on the road, I'm assuming it's the same as always. Same order.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
I will ask Andrew's Hans and Franz if when we get to Fehal, he can find someone that makes belts, leather belts. Actually, no, because Cece can do that. Or Sierra. I call her Cece, right? Let me look my notes.
Yeah, she's a tanner. She could make a belt for you.
Yeah.
I do want to make one note for you, Megan. We do have
Answers.
a fur trader and a trapper in the caravan.
Yeah, good Godwin.
That's true.
He has furs, yeah, so. Probably
Ooh,
has
does
some
he have
more.
any exotic furs?
Yeah, potentially.
Yeah, I guess knowing that there's a fur trader and trapper, she'll see if he has any exotic leathers.
Yeah, I'm sure he has a few on him. More so he sells mostly in wholesale stuff but at the same time he probably has a few smaller things that he might be able to parse out with you.
Heck yeah.
As you guys are leaving Bellwether and going to Karen, Una, how far ahead are you from everybody else? And Hans and Franz, how close are you behind her?
About 500 feet from the caravan.
Okay.
I'm probably like 150 feet out. I don't know.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, so Megan, you get a special map.
I like special.
We're gonna not have. You in roll 20?
I am.
Okay. I need you. Okay. So you get to this forest clearing area and you notice that it looks like probably from about here. Let me see. Give me a perception check.
For the audience, from about where?
Well, I need to figure out where she is before she notices something.
Perception is a 23.
Okay. You're about back here. Like you're going through this wooded area and there are some terrain differences where there's a little bit of like these more rocky crevices and everything. And you notice in the middle of the road, probably about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Probably like 100 feet ahead of you. It looks like there's a big tree that is broken down in the road.
Does this look like the same trap that was used on us by the other bandits?
The other bandits didn't have a log down the way. But what did you
No,
roll?
they just pretend to be
It was
injured.
a 23.
23?
Mhm.
Okay. As you're seeing where you are with the log, all of a sudden you kind of notice that there are some people, it looks like, hiding in the trees. And let me see if they notice you. Oh, okay. One of them who is over here.
Over where?
Hold up. I'm gonna show her.
No, don't show, tell.
Yeah,
All right.
we've got an audience here.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to do so much. I'm very small, and I have no money. You can't imagine the pressure I'm under. All right, Una, on the upper ridge, there was a woman in a mask behind a tree to the left of you, probably a little over 100 feet away, and she notices you and she shoots an arrow at you. With
Okay.
looks like a longbow.
Sounds good.
Does a
Hey girl, I noticed you noticed me, so now you gotta die.
So I'm gonna reach out and stab you.
This is not good.
Does a 14 hit you or no?
14 meets.
Okay, then she hits you. Where? And
Oh, I don't have control of my mini. That's fine.
gentlemen, would this count as something that would grant sneak attack or no?
No, she noticed
No,
her
because she
first.
saw him.
Right, because you
Yeah, I
noticed her.
saw her
Okay.
first.
Yeah.
All right, so it is just 9 points of damage from the longbow.
Okay. That's still
and
9
Una-
points of damage.
right.
I will send Sprule off in a flurry towards Andrew's Hans and Franz, which is a symbol that we are in danger. And she's gonna say, pull out her bow and say, come out or you'll get more of this. And she'll shoot the girl with her longbow.
All right, give me a roll to hit.
Oh god, that's only a 15.
That hits.
Ha 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 ha! That is 8 points of damage.
It was a very bad hit, and they look very injured, but they're still up. We need to roll initiative for you.
Okay. Do I get another attack or no? Since otherwise
yeah,
we
you
can
probably-
do initiative and then go into that.
I hate asking you guys for advice all the time, but would it kick into initiative now?
Well, I mean, you gave her an action, so she's good at. She should get
getting
it
a
for
full
lunch.
turn. Okay, then yeah, you
Yeah.
would get another shot.
Okay. So
I trust you guys to be fair.
since that first attack hit, would my deadly ambusher technically take effect? Since I'm taking an attack action on my turn, you can make one additional attack as part of that. So do I get that extra damage?
Yeah, you would technically.
You would.
Yes.
Yeah, you
Yes.
get whatever
So-
you'd get for a normal.
There's another 5 points of damage onto that
Okay.
first one. And then
Alright.
for the second attack, ooh, that is a 22 for the second. So I'm assuming that hits.
Yes, and she's falls.
Oh,
She
Oh.
trips. Oh, little guy got tuckered out, went to sleep.
Well, so I basically shot 2 arrows at her, and I told everybody else to come out as I mounted, I guess, and I sent Spriel back. So that's my turn.
Alright.
Do you want me to roll initiative?
Yep, roll me initiative.
Initiative. Oh God. That is a 10.
All right.
This is not good.
I have to mark off this one. All right.
How fast can you guys travel on horseback?
I think you'll get one of you guys look that up.
It's
for me.
120.
Oh,
So,
I was thinking
a turn and a half.
Okay, so Una's
Yeah,
10.
horse moves 60 feet, but
So-
I'm assuming we're dashing, so
Right.
Yeah,
120.
All right, so. All right. Okay.
Gosh,
How
there's a
many
lot of these
people are
guys,
there?
and Una's alone.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people so far.
Oh, Una's gonna die. Dude, Una's so gonna die. Let's hope they're not all archers.
It's funny you say that.
You're fine. They're
Oh
just,
God.
they're just
Una's,
evocation wizards.
Una's gonna die. New character. She just created this awesome gift idea, and she's gonna die.
All 12 of them will unload a 5th level magic missile.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
That's terrifying.
Well, first they all have to hit. So.
That's true.
Okay. So.
Yikes.
I don't see anybody on there except for
That's because they had some
They're
high
secret.
stealth rules. All right, so Una, you see this one first.
'Kay.
And he tries
Just
to
saw
move-
me kill his friend. Ugh.
He sees you and yells, "You fucking bitch!" He's got scimitars. And he's gonna double move to try to get up to you and just be up next to you. So,
Okay.
all right, that's his turn. This one. Where are you at? All right. Gotta go back to the other lair. Do. He will come over, kind of like looking around, like, don't let her get back and warn the others, and kind of is like coming over this way and double moving to like gang up on you, Una.
Okay.
And that's about as far as he can get. This one gotta go to the other lair. A little bit.
I'm
more
in the middle of
narrative.
the road.
You're in the middle of the
500
road. You have 2 ruffians that just came up to you and,
Okay.
tried to are basically
Did
boxing
they
you
disappear for
in.
everybody else?
Yep, I have to
Yep.
fix it. I think I messed up the map layer. I put the map on the token layer, so give me 1 second. Okay. There's a woman who steps out who's probably in her late 20s. Craig, Boyle, grab her and make sure that they don't hear her. And that's what, and she trains a crossbow at you and says, "You're gonna play nice and good and come with us, so your friends come through here." Una, this is a long time before you can act.
I can see that. We'll see if Una's gonna be smart or Una's not very smart.
What's her intelligence? Average?
Average. Oh, +1.
Okay.
So she's kind of intelligent, pretty wise. Doesn't do well with talking to people.
You can you can't see this person. They're holding their turn, training their crossbow, and basically gonna step forward a little bit to have you in sight in case you run. They're just coming out there. Why did I expected all of you to end up closer to here at the same time, so
You're funny.
Yeah, we've only had this happen before. I don't know why
I
we're so
know.
spread out.
Oh, it's okay. I get to have Una by herself. It's totally fine. He'll train his crossbow to fire at you, and basically kind of gives orders to. There's another man who steps out, probably also in his late 20s. Looks very. This one looks a bit more suave of a person, and he yells to the people near him to keep your post ready to fire on her in case the caravans come through. He'll hold his action. This one, where are you at? There's another one behind the tree. Una, you see him. He comes out, but he basically stays post and keeps an arrow on you. He was over a little bit closer than the first lady that you saw and shot at. He's below the ridge. We're just gonna say he's holding his action, and then this guy, move him to this layer. He is going to. This guy at the very far end on the right side, on the upper ledge area where that log was, he's going to he's going to move forward 30 feet and get ready to like fire at you. And you also see that he has a longbow. So now it is Una's turn. I don't think one of you rolled lower in initiative.
So she said, or don't let them warn him. So did they not see me send Spreul?
You would assume that they didn't see that.
Okay. Fuck. What did she want to do? I don't even know.
I don't know.
That's a lot
what
of
are you
people.
gonna do? Yeah,
She sends
there's
Spreul
8.
out.
Yep. How fast can Spreul fly? Oh, I should give Spreul's initiative. Roll Spreul's initiative for me.
Spreul.
And I need to look up his
Okay.
fly speed.
He flies 40 feet around, so he would have double moved. He's a 10. I don't think he has any bonuses to initiative. So 10 for him. So same as me. Hey,
no,
we have the same
no,
initiative.
it's what his dex is.
Oh, so he has
plus
12. A 12,
Yeah, so he's
so
a
he
12.
would have flown back
2.
80 feet.
Yep.
Since he's in range, for my talking action, or my talking, I'm gonna tell Spreul to flutter in front of Andrew to make him stop. And then that's kind of what I'm gonna do as panicking. And I will put my bow away and say, well, I'm not with that caravan, so I don't know how I can help you. And that'll be all I do.
All right. So Spreul was on you that first round and flew
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So he's off the map for
Yep.
sure. He's off the map. Before. All right, next up after that, there's another bandit who rolled really shitty on his initiative. So, which one are you? This one kind of comes out with a longbow and is like, well, if you're not with them, why don't you just sit tight, stay nice and quiet, tied up by a tree, and let us finish this first, and then we'll let you go. Pass the turn. This guy will take your bow and start tying you up.
Okay. Like hands in front of me tie me up, or
Behind you.
okay.
He's like, just be nice and quiet and nothing bad will happen to you.
Okay. Dude, I wish I
the
had more hit points.
The other one will come up and take your horse and because you're still on it, and start pulling you on it,
Okay.
walking you on it with the horse after you're tied up, and
So wait, did it pull me off the horse. They just tied my.
They would have pulled you off the horse.
That's what I thought. Okay.
They would have pulled you off the horse. So he's taking the horse and your bow, and he starts going. Let's see. He would start going this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is about as far as he can get with his movement. This one is going to go off with you. Start going this way. Do you resist walking with him, or do you just kind of let him?
No,
lead?
I'm gonna let him.
Okay.
Do his thing. I have a plan, so
1,
let's see if I
2,
can do the
3.
plan.
After Una is pulled off of her horse and one of the bandits ties her up and takes her bow, one of them leads the horse off in a different direction and the other one walks with Una. Still beneath the hills is where they're at right now, and he seems to be taking her towards one of the trees. And the other bandits all basically start retreating to where their
Tucking
original
back to their-
positions were, to kind of stay out of sight. So I'm actually going to kind of skip all of back where they are, since, there's no technical combat right now then. And we're going to say it will pass all the way back to Spreul, and Spreul makes it to Hans and Franz,
Okay.
which is right
And
before your initiative. And
Basically in your face, flapping and trying to get you to stop. That's what he's doing. He's just flapping away, trying to get Hans and Franz to stop.
So Hans and Franz, it's been kind of quiet and peaceful going through this woods. There's just birds chirping occasionally, and all of a sudden there's just this puffin flying at you at lightning speed and just stops right in front of your face and flutters like right in front of your face.
Well, what I've noticed, 8 people come out of the trees up in front of us and take Una. I mean,
You were no, because this is curved paths a bit, and you said you were 120 feet back.
From the
way
caravan.
that these paths are curving and there's hills, you would not have seen that
okay.
from 120 feet away.
So I stop and I go, something wrong with Una?
He's just
I mean,
kind of like,
You can
flapping.
take control of him at this point. Una,
He's
you're
too
being
far away from me.
120
I can only
feet.
do
I
it
thought it was
120 feet, and he's past that now.
Well, I was moving, so I'm probably like
he's probably
110
back in
feet.
range. He's probably back in range again now, because Hans and Franz, if you're moving just casually, you would have moved 60 feet towards, Una.
Yeah.
What is going on? There's a bird in my face now.
Yeah.
I guess, that would be the question. Were you 120 feet from the cart, or were you 120 feet from Una? Because Una is 500 feet from the cart.
Well, I wouldn't let you get that far out in front of us because we've had issues with this in the past. And so after this fight, I'm going to tell you right now, Hans and Franz going to sit us all down and we're going to goddamn talk about people getting too the fuck far away from everybody. But yes, for now, this is what's happening.
To be fair, I did ask you earlier. I'm like, how far back is Hans?
Well, it's
and
not
Franz?
I can't tell her
I know.
where she's at. I'm saying Hans and Franz wasn't going to let her get too far out in front, so that's why he was only 120 feet back from her.
Yeah, which you still are. So
Yeah.
Anyway, So Hans and Franz, I would say you aren't smart enough to assume something is wrong.
Yeah, I know something's wrong.
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking. Is Una in trouble? Nothing.
Yes, Bree
I guess-
probably would just look nervously.
Well, she can take control of him at this point, so.
Well, do I have to take control of him on my turn or on Spreul's turn? Because I guess that's why I'm like, they have different initiatives, so I'm not sure. I've heard him via Spreul, but
It's your
I have to
turn
use
that
my-
you
It's
use
your-
your action
yeah.
to.
to command him. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it would go to. I mean, Hans and Franz is assuming something is wrong with Una because the bird just flew up to him. I'm not going to make you burn action things on assuming that. You can use the rest of your movement to either gallop there or whatnot. Or whatever your little paladin heart desires.
Can I see the caravan behind us?
If she was 500 feet away, and you were 120 feet behind her, they would be.
380.
Yeah. So it'd be a little dicey. I think like because of the rolling hills, like you probably like the way that this is curving through the woods, it would be you maybe could hear them through the trees a way back, but like not tons. Like it's more of like you see little movements of wheels and stuff and move shapes through the trees. I don't think you'd be able to see them.
I will take a javelin
Okay.
and I will just like throw it as high and as far back towards the caravan as I can,
Okay.
just to try and like get their attention.
Okay.
And then I guess I'll move up.
Okay. All right.
I think Una's in dire trouble, so
Yep.
I'm gonna
So you probably
take off.
What's the range on a javelin?
yeah.
It's at 120.
120? Okay.
I love it. All of you guys are so far away from each other. It's like
Yeah, it's great.
So good.
to be fair,
Okay.
you guys set this precedent at the very beginning of this session when I asked your formations, and Una has been like 500 feet every day. If y'all could have mentioned it, we were just all taken in with the shenanigans of dressmaking and Nora's birthday
You're
and
right.
adorable conversations about playtime with Hans and Franz and Nora.
Look, Hans and
Okay.
Franz is like 20
I
feet
got a
back from
plan.
the cart, and
It's
that's as
fine.
far as he gets away from it.
Okay, so you managed to throw out the full. I'd say you can follow it. The full range of the javelin goes, Andrew, and then you can move on your horse. Because it'd be an action to throw the thing. So yeah, I probably could only get your initial movement, and you wouldn't be able to dash. So okay, so you're 60 feet closer than you were before, but
You want me to
yeah.
roll initiative at this point so that on
Yes,
the next
roll
round I
initiative.
would get in?
Yep, roll initiative, please. Gonna roll into
And you threw the javelin up and slightly back towards the
5.
cart, right?
Yeah.
Ouch.
Hey.
So it's like sticking up in the middle of the road. Just
If we
like,
don't see it in the air.
Yeah.
Alright. So everyone else is holding it. Una, are you still
So
go to your turn before it goes back to everybody else.
okay. So if everybody else is holding, Una is gonna have Spriel try to get Hans and Franz Andrew to stop again. Basically so we can wait for the caravan. And then Una herself is gonna, since I'm like pulled aside, she's gonna like crouch down and grab the knife from her boot and try to secretively start trying to cut the ropes that are binding her hands.
Okay. Well,
Because I mean, if he's in front of me and I'm just behind him, I'm sure he's probably not paying that close attention to me.
he's escorting you. Like he's got
Yeah.
his arms around you, leading you. Like he's not gonna let you just bend over.
Okay, can I get the one that's up my bracer then, or is it too tight with the ropes being around my wrist?
As you're walking, give me an acrobatics check, or actually no, it would be sleight of hand because you're trying not to be noticed doing it.
A 19.
Okay, you start to get at the tail, like end of it out. You burn your action doing it, but you
That's
start
fine.
to get the tail. Okay.
Yep, that's what she wants to do. She wants to get her knife out and start cutting the ropes because she's gonna eventually stab this guy with the knife that she just.
Okay.
So
but she's.
I am curious, how are you trying to get Spriel to, like, he comes up and
He's-
flutters my face, and so
Yeah,
I'm like,
he's-
oh, she's
He's
in
probably
trouble.
gonna just be like, stop! I don't know. I guess. However,
don't-
Spriel like maybe grab your cloak and try to pull you back. Maybe that's what he'll do next.
Wait,
he'll like grab his flippers and try to pull you back.
Is commanding your familiar an action?
Yes.
Okay, so then could I use
Because
my move
you
action
your
to
action
get
to-
my?
No, because he's making you
Okay.
use your move action to walk. So you either could tell Spriel what to do and try to stop Hans and Franz, or you could try to do the sleight of hand to get your dagger out.
Stop Hans and Franz is more important.
Okay.
I want him to wait for the rest of the party. I don't want him to come here alone.
He's gonna keep pulling you over this way, and then with his action, he is going to put a gag. Like he's gonna tie your mouth first, so you can't talk, so you can't scream.
Okay.
And he's not being aggressively rough. He's just trying to make sure your mouth is tied, and then with his next action, you can see him look like he's getting ready to pull out rope to tie you around a tree. So we'll just get back to Una's turn. Actually, goes to Spreel's
No,
What about
turn.
Andrew's
It's
turn?
Andrew's turn.
Spreel would try to apparently grab onto your cloak before your next turn, and like look like hang on and dig into your claws like he's trying to pull you back, like. And now it's your turn.
I'd like.
Listen to the puppet.
I'd stop and turn and look at him and be like, "Do you want me to stop?"
It would not, I guess.
Yeah. I mean-
okay. And I'm just like standing in the middle of the road, like.
Now I'm short one javelin. What the heck do you want from me, bird?
I guess maybe.
Are you still
Just
moving
over-
forward?
He wants me to stop, so I'll fucking stop.
Yep.
I'll just
Okay.
stand here and like already a javelin in case somebody I'm not familiar with that appears threatening comes at me.
Okay. So you're back, still off the map because you waited.
Nope.
It would go after whose fucking initiative is it? I don't even know since I'm skipping all their turns. Hans and Franz, the top of the initiative was the guy who drug her. So then he would get another turn and
Because he would have drugged me over.
he dragged you
And-
over.
That's when I would have talked to Spreewell and told
have
him to
him
have
wait.
Andrew stop. So his turn
Right.
would be to put a gig in my mouth. So then would it be my turn again?
Yes.
Okay.
And
so
now
then,
you could
So yeah, so now I'll try to. Do you want me to make a different roll again for the sleight of hand, or do you want me to use the roll from last time?
We'll let you use the same roll because I
thank
wasn't
God.
familiar with how the rules of some
Familiar.
like you're communicating with your familiar was. So we'll say yes.
Okay. So get my dagger out and try to slowly cut myself out.
Okay. You'll have to use your action next turn to start cutting it out.
Yep.
Then we'll get back to his turn and he starts tying you to the tree. Let me see if he notices your dagger. Make either another sleight of hand check or a stealth check. They're probably the same thing. Probably actually
Sleight of hand or stealth?
yeah.
Because stealth is higher than my sleight of hand, so that's why I'm curious. So for sleight of hand, it would be a 16, and for stealth, it would be a 19.
It doesn't matter. He rolled really shitty. He doesn't notice your dagger.
Yay!
It's like a 9. This guy's got no perception. He does start tying you to the tree, and let's just see how strong the knots are.
Hopefully not
Okay.
very strong.
All right. I'm gonna make a note of what the DC of these knots are. Okay, Hans and Franz, we're coming back to you at this point. So Spreewell is still actively telling him to. He's
Stop.
still gonna follow
Wait.
your recent order and make sure he's
Yep.
waiting. So because there's been
Yep.
no new ones. Okay.
Are you still waiting for you?
Yep. Are you waiting for
Well-
Spreewell and everybody else?
Well, I was told to stop. I don't know what the fuck is going on, so I'm just like looking around like I don't know what the fuck is going on as like a normal person who's
It's possible on this turn that Song's cart would see this javelin in the middle of the road.
Hello, Javelin, my old
My
friend.
old friend. Song, you see the javelin in the middle of the road. What would you?
Well,
And-
with my specialization in nature,
Mhm.
I know that trees don't generally grow that straight.
Yes.
or with
As
that
a
pointy
lifelong-
metal bit at the end.
Or
Yes.
that pointy metal bit at the end.
This is this is abnormal.
I mean, obviously, the most prudent course of action would be to cast Identify on the Javelin. Let's see here. I mean, so with the fight, seeing that Javelin up ahead, Hans and Franz, Andrew would be obviously behind that. So we would see him standing there with Spreewell basically fluttering around him, right?
No. wait, because the way this is bending, and for universal consistency, if Andrew couldn't see Una get grabbed from 120 feet away, I'd say if you get 60 feet away before you can see Andrew's Hans and Franz.
Okay, that's just what I wanted to
him.
confirm.
Yeah.
I mean, again, a random weapon, which I've seen javelins before. Seeing that in the road, I mean, I would probably stand up on top of the bench and try to get a better vantage point, just to kind of look around.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Sure, I can do the thing. Good golly, that is an 8. Okay.
What's your passive? Isn't it like...
My passive is 23.
With your passive, you definitely notice it's quieter than it used to be. Like there's not really like it's almost like a bunch of birds kind of got. Well, it was chirping around this area.
Why you gotta be birds?
Racist.
Okay.
Birds, squirrels, rodents.
Okay. I will probably tuck Manfred underneath the bench because he doesn't have his spell slots back. And then I will probably just make a high-pitched whistle to get the attention of everybody in the caravan.
All right. I'd say you guys were all kind of traveling in the caravan close enough together that you hear Song's whistle and are alerted that something is wrong.
Rowan will pick up pace and get to the front.
Okay. Nora, what are you going to do?
You probably just follow along at that point.
Yep,
Okay.
and Hans and
Actually,
Franz will bring
pace.
up the rear.
If I can, would you
Yes.
say that that would still have a bonus action?
That you would still have a bonus action?
Yeah. My action just be to take the look and whistle?
Yeah, that would be your action.
Sweet. Is Nora, Rowan, and Hans and Franz within a thing of me?
60 feet?
100%.
Yeah, well, they
60
would be
feet?
within 60 feet of you.
It's the mantle
Cool.
time.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the Mantle of Inspiration on their horses.
Ooh.
Oh Lord.
Okay, so they get extra hit points and...
No, and more.
Each horse
And-
gets 8 temporary hit points, and it can use its reaction to move its movement speed without provoking an attack of opportunity.
That's nice.
I think it would be because they move on their
They're
turn.
players.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
so
I
you,
was...
you do it on them, and then
Yeah, you do it on them.
the horse would be their movement.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
They
Yes.
leave the horse.
So
So you
that
would
would
have-
allow the horse to move and then double move.
Yes, but they would
Theoretically.
have to get the command from them, so I would say you have to cast it on those 3 individuals.
Yeah.
But
On
it's
a-
still the same difference, yeah.
I can do that.
So-
eight temporary hit points.
Yep,
Your
and
horse
then
gets
y'all...
8 temporary hit
All
points.
right, and we will say for easiness, you guys on this action catch up to Hans and Franz, and then we're gonna cut back to
I would
Una.
have
You
grabbed
cut,
his javelin just as a
yeah, as a bro move.
yeah. I
Or
got
like a
you.
ride by.
I got you, bro.
Yeah.
Well,
just lean over and
Cut
roll-
through her dice.
All right, give me an
Natural 20. What do you want me to
Okay.
use?
probably it would be what is it?
History.
Sleight of hand again?
Yeah, sleight of hand because you
Yeah,
don't
so
want to. You're trying to do this quietly.
22 to cut
Okay.
the freaking binds.
All right, he doesn't notice you, so you manage to cut your binds that are tying your hands, but now you're still tied to the tree. So your next turn will be breaking that.
So that would have been my action, and I can't
Mhm.
really do my move action right now.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do any of my bonus stuff because I need verbal.
So, Hans and Franz, all of them have caught up to you now, and Rowan, being a total bro, has picked up your javelin.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
You might call him Broen.
Oh,
Rohan.
Well, I mean, if
I might. Spree will stop me, and I don't see Una ahead of us. So I think there's trouble. Maybe she's scouting it out, and then she's gonna come back and tell us what's going on.
How long have you been waiting?
And now, like 30 seconds.
18 seconds.
yeah, 18, 20 seconds.
So 30
4
seconds.
rounds.
Okay. So let's get in there.
Well, now I think she's gonna come back. I think she's scouting it out, and then she's gonna come back.
Spriul, where are we going? When are we going? Tell us. Word.
Spreewell is actually kind of going to start flying because he knew that Una's intention was wait for the caravan and then be like, you can come, right, Megan?
He was gonna wait for the caravan, and then on my turn, I was
You'll
going
give- okay.
to have him do something else.
Okay, so we will go back. All the bandits are kind of waiting again and hiding. So, Megan, you can use your action to order him, or you can cut loose. But
I'm going to use my action to have him wrap himself up in Hans and Franz's reins.
What?
like,
I'm gonna have him like go around and like try to like get himself tangled in Hans and Franz's reins to kind of signify that Una is
I
tied
would
up.
say your initial thing of just fly that way would probably be a much better idea.
Yeah.
That's
no,
true.
no. I mean,
Let this
that
play
is
out.
Una's initial reaction, though. Just so.
Well, because she
Okay.
doesn't want you guys to come in because she's tied up. So, I mean, that's however you guys would interpret Spreewell fluttering around your reins.
Yeah, Spreewell is fluttering around your horse, trying to get tangled up in your reins.
Much like our
but-
golf game, Andrew, let's play it where it lies.
I mean, Una doesn't know how to communicate otherwise because she doesn't want you guys to come in because she can't do anything. So she's trying to tell you that she's tied up, which means she can't come.
I've,
So you guys
I've
don't
got
get
something to
ambushed.
say to that after the fact because it's I'm not.
Oh
gonna
yeah,
go
it's
into-
super
but-
dumb.
Giggity.
Like, but at the same time, I mean, this is Una's infant
Whether you guys
mind.
listen to Spreewell or not, that is what Una does on her turn. Andrew, Hans and Franz, and all of you see Spreewell going crazy, trying to get caught up in the reins. You can all move and do whatever you want.
I think Spreewell is broken.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm not giving.
Come on, Bert, get out of here. Go. Where is Una? Take us to Una.
No, I think Una's gonna come back to us. Brother, you're getting too worked up here. She sent Spreewell back to stop me. So I think that means she's scouting something, then she's gonna come back.
Okay, I guess we wait.
I would say that you probably Song are not fully caught up because they moved all the way up to Andrew and stopped.
I think
You
we'd have
probably-
another 2 rounds.
Yeah, you'd have 2 rounds. There was 2 rounds that passed, and then you can see all of them kind of standing and talking to each other where you're at now. From
Well,
like a
we're
couple
sitting on
hundred
our
feet away.
horses.
And Godwin is like, "What do you think is going on? Is this malarkey, or is something happening?"
Sorry, you
I
caught me
don't
off
know.
guard.
What to do? Because I don't want them to get ambushed.
Malarkey. Wonderful. Is Steve dying inside with this?
I broke him.
Is this malarkey? You threw your hand up. You're like, what?
No, I mean, do you ever get that feeling like where you throw up a little bit in your mouth, but it's actually the blood leaving your head? Sorry, that just caught me off guard there. Yeah, I mean, having heard Godwin say that, he's just gonna kind of like look back at the rest of the group, and then look at him, and then look back to where they are, and then turn back to Godwin and go, "Stay here."
Okay, and
And
he'll
then
take the reins.
He's gonna hop off and start making his way up towards the group because he's kind of confused.
Does Song still have his limp?
He's
Yep.
still all sorts of fucked up, man.
Okay.
So Song, you're not caught up to them. All
Oh,
right,
God, no.
Una, it goes back to your turn. Are you gonna command Spreewell to do anything, or are you going to try to cut yourself free?
Because they're about a round behind.
With
So
their
at this-
horses? Yes.
So what she's gonna do is have Spreewell go into a tree and then go back. Like he's like going into a tree and like coming out. Like a surprise. Like, so I'm gonna have him fly into a tree and then fly out a little bit and like flutter.
Like it's an yes.
Like it's an
Spreewell does
ambush.
Yeah,
What?
that's like an ambush. No, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
that. You guys have no
I
idea
mean,
what-
because Una doesn't want you guys to get caught off guard and charge into this middle of the group because she knows how many people are here. So she's trying to use
I
bird
understand.
charades.
I know.
Because
Are
you
you
guys
guys
are
gonna-
2 rounds behind, so she can
Are-
convince
So-
you.
No,
that
it's
there's-
okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
We gotta move because it's getting late. Okay, so you did that. What are
Yep.
you guys doing? Spreewell is just going crazy.
I'm
and
gonna look
popping-
at Spreewell and go, do you want us to go up there? Do you want us to go in the tree? What do you want us to do?
Okay. Sam.
Does Nora get what Spreewell is trying to say?
Give me an insight check.
Okay. It's like nobody's actually asking the question of do we get it? Natural 20.
Well, that's good because Spreewell rolled a natural 20 and his charisma's not negative. So he did with a performance. You would assume it's like the way he ambush hunts when you've seen him hunt fish. He goes
Okay.
in for an ambush. You're like, are you trying to like do the same? Are you trying to mirror when you do an ambush? Is that what you're saying?
Ambush? What do you mean ambush?
It's a bacon tree.
Yeah, ambush. I like ambush.
I think that Spreewell is trying to say there's an ambush ahead.
Oh. Well, so where's
He's doing
Una?
like the die. I don't
Well,
know,
fuck, let's
but maybe
go
she's
then.
in
They probably
trouble.
already got. Una's probably already dead.
Why
Fuck.
didn't he just fly back and lead us to her?
Yeah, and I just take off at that point.
And it doesn't matter what he did or didn't do. We gotta help her and keep the
Okay.
caravan safe.
With all that back and forth talking song, you probably could have caught up to them on horses and been like, what are you doing? And they're like, it's an ambush. We gotta go. Do you do anything to catch them before they all ride off?
I probably don't make it to him, to be fair.
He's
So
slow because of his limp.
as soon as I see them gallop off, I turn back and start waving my hands frantically, waving Godwin to start driving up.
Bring me my horse, squire.
Okay. Why don't you guys all roll initiative? But because this next turn you will at least get there. But roll initiative.
Do I
for
get
me.
to roll a new initiative? No, I rolled a 5. That's
No. I was like, I can't think. I want to say yes because I know you're unhappy, but I'm also like,
not unhappy.
She's also
I mean,
enjoying it.
I'd like to go first, but I'll go last.
no.
And
you
I'm
go
not
first.
last because there's one guy that's got a 4. So
Yeah, that's true.
True. The one guy I can't beat.
We have Nora who is going on turn 19. We have Rowan going on 13. Hans and Franz, Josh 11. Una 10, and Hans and Franz, Andrew, you're going on
5. You
Five.
haven't added him in yet.
Yep,
you never
I know.
added me in.
I'm
I was
working
very
on
hurt.
it.
I rolled initiative like 20 minutes ago.
I'm sorry. I got forgot by whatever the plan that Una had was, and I didn't understand it. And I was like, I don't understand what's happening. Where did I
Hey,
go
kids.
wrong?
Hey, kids.
There's chaos. Just chaos.
An ambush is on its way, but the party has been warned of it. Will they be able to defeat these bandits? And will Una be safe while she's tied up? Find out next time on the Guardians of Fehal.